Kimbap is like sushi, but it is all cooked meat. So if you guys want to learn how to make kimbap, just keep watching. So before you make the kimbap, what you want to do is cook the rice. Most important part. This is an Asian rice cooker. This is the sushi rice. They are a lot shorter, as you can see, and fatter. So they say a cup of the rice and then a cup and a quarter of water. So I'm just going to measure. We're only going to cook 2 rice because this rice cooker only makes 4 cups. So a cup. Two cups. And then I'm going to do 2 cups and 3/4 of this, okay? Here we go. One cup. 2 cups. And 1/4. And this is just a lazy way of making rice. So you just want to move the rice around so it's not all in one corner, so they all get all the water. And close it and cook. Don't forget to do that part, because sometimes when I cook for my husband and I forget to do that part, then we're just sitting there looking at each other waiting for the rice to be ready. Okay? So while our rice is cooking, we are just going to make the vegetables. Turn on my pan on high heat. Sorry for my reach. I'm just gonna put some pure sesame oil in there. Just gonna let it sit. And the sesame oil burns really fast, but it's so yummy. Ooh. Oh my gosh, the smell is so good. So I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit, and then I'm just gonna throw in some carrots. These are shredded carrots. I got these from Target. You know, Target is my to-go to. So that's how I test it, is if I just throw a bunch in. I'm just gonna put some salt in. And once the carrot is a little bit more softer, I'm just going to put a pinch of sugar in it, okay? So it's been 2 minutes since these were cooking. After you're done, you just want to sprinkle some sugar, like I said. Just like that. You want to give it a quick stir. You want to cook it, but not too soggy or not too fried too. And then we are just going to put it in a plate. after the carrots, what we want to do is put the pan back into the stove and then put some more pure sesame oil in it. Make sure it's all over the pan. And then we are just going to put our spinach in. Like I said, I do a tester. I'm just going to add that for now because the spinach are water based, so it's going to shrink. I'm going to add some salt in. See how it was so fluffy at first, but now it is all sunken like these. Spinach is, I would say, one of my favorite vegetables. After it's done, remember, put some sugar over it, because that's going to bring out the flavor. And when you put it in onto your plate, remember to drain it first, so there's not a lot of water in it. There we go. It is ready. I'm just gonna plate it. So then the next thing we are going to do is the bean sprout. Again, hot pan with pure sesame oil. And again, bean sprout are a water base, so it's gonna shrink. Smells so good already. That oil smells so yummy. Just gonna put some salt like this. And then when it is ready, you just want to add some sugar in it. And then you want to stir it. Yes, I know it looks like we put in a lot of sugar, but it is so yummy. And then I'm just going to plate it like this. pan back. Repeat. The first step is put some oil. And then next, we are going to be making the eggs. So then we're just gonna take some eggs. I have 8 eggs in here. We're just gonna beat it. You want to get something flat to stir it. And I just pop these bubbles. Because sometimes when you pour it too fast, like what I did, then that's what it does. So well, if you want thin eggs, like that's what I wanted to do, you would just have to put a little at a time. I think next time I won't put too much egg in here because I want it to cook but in a thin layer. And I am just going to cut it in half like that with my spoon. And hopefully that they break apart nicely. And then you just want to flip the egg so that it cooks on the other side too. And then I was able to flip it with my good flipper. And make sure that you cook it just enough. You don't want to overcook it. So then, after it is ready like this, I'm just gonna plate it into my plate. And then we're gonna cut it into strips so that it's easier to roll. Then we are going to fry our meat. So remember, first step is pan on the stove. Second step is pure sesame oil. By the time this video is done, you guys will be experts. So this is just some beef flank here that I cut up really thin. Sorry, it's not beef flank, it's beef skirt. This one, the skirt has a lot more fat and not so much of the what do they call it? The muscle. And then I'm just going to add some salt on this. Here we go. And then it's been cooking for a hot minute. I'm just going to put some sugar on top of it. Give it a quick stir. And you see how beef has that juice? You want to wait until there's no more juice. so it's kind of crispy, the meat. And then the best part is we are going to be putting in some Korean barbecue sauce. I'm just gonna put that much in. There's not a lot left in there already because I've used some of it. Okay, so now it's getting, you guys hear that? It's getting crispy. So I'm just gonna put the sauce all over it, like that. Smells so good. Just stir it for a few minutes. There you go. It is just ready to be plated. So the last piece before we start wrapping and rolling is, this is the piece that put everything together. This one is pickled radish. A lot of Korean people use this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this in half. You see how easy that was? It's really easy to cut. So I'm going to put one aside. And be careful, the juice is going to stain if you don't handle it with care. So I'm just going to cut this in half. And then in half again. So basically what you want to accomplish is making these into strips so that we can stuff in our food. So I'm just gonna cut it this way. Make sure you gotta have a strong, sharp knife, because if you don't, then it won't cut that way. So basically, this is what you want it to be. So I'm gonna finish cutting this side and then we're gonna start plating, okay? Okay, so we are ready to wrap. This is just seaweed that I got from the Asian store. You can get these at Cub Foods. I'm just going to take one out. Be careful because they are really fragile. So what you want to do is you want to put the shiny side down. So you see how this side, it has the ridges. You can see that. You put it like that. And these lines are to help you when you cut it. So a lot of people don't know why, but that is why. So I'm just gonna wet my hands because it's gonna get dirty in here, okay? So this is the rice that I made. This is the sushi rice. I'm just going to put that in the front here, and make sure that you don't put too much, because if you put too much, then it's gonna be overloaded. And I forgot to put some sesame oil in my rice before I start putting it on here. So that's what I'm gonna be doing it before I start rolling. Yes, yes, yes. Make sure you get every corner. And you only want to do it to up to here, okay? And then some oil. There we go. There we go. Some oil. Then you take some carrots, whatever vegetable you will like. It doesn't really matter as long as you have some vegetables. I'll put some carrots and then some spinach. and then some bean sprout. There we go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But just a little bit, not too much, because if you put too much, it's not gonna roll. And then our eggs, I cut into strips. There we go. And then our meat. And then we are going to put the pickle radish, okay? So then, that's all I'm gonna put in there. 2 thumbs together, and you wanna hold it, okay? You wanna hold it nice and tight, but not really tight, because if you do that, you're just gonna break it, honey. You don't wanna do that. And you just roll it, keep rolling it, but you want to make sure that it's tight enough so there's no air in there. And then I'm just, since my hand still has a lot of sesame oil, I'm just gonna use that to press it down. And you see how if I just press it down, it just closes. Nice. Okay, just like that. I'm gonna keep rolling the rest, and then I'll show you guys how to plate it or just eat it. So before my camera dies, I just wanted to tell you guys how to cut the sushi roll. So after I rolled it, it's been sitting for a little bit, so it closes on the bottom, as you can see. And then I am just rubbing some pure sesame oil onto my knife, so when I cut it, it doesn't get stuck. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut it in half, but you wanna slice it nice and slow. And don't put pressure on it, just let the knife cut it for you, okay? Like that. You guys see how beautiful that is? So you wanna cut about, half an inch. I just eyeball it. Like these. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? And then I'm just gonna put it aside. And then with the end here, on the end here, I'm just gonna eat it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Gonna eat it before it falls right out. That is good. That is good. So thank you for watching, and if you guys do try it out, please let me know in the comment below. If you have any questions for me, just leave it in the comment and I will get back to you. That's all that I have for you guys. So until next time, I'll see you guys